हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनर्स पॉइंट में आपका स्वागत है। और अभी हम कर रहे हैं 21 तारीख से लेकर के आज 23 तारीख तक की करंट अफेयर्स। बजट विल बेस्ड ऑन पीएम मोदीज मंत्र सबका साथ सबका विकास, MOS चौधरी says this. Minister of State for Finance Pankaj Chaudhary said that the first union budget of the third Modi government will be based on his mantra of सबका साथ सबका विकास. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the full budget of 2024-25 today. Tuesday, Chaudhary was among the first from PFM Nirmala Sitharaman's team to reach the North Block offices of the Finance Ministry ahead of the budget presentation. Vivek Joshi, Secretary of the Department of Financial Services and Chief Economic Advisor V. Ananta Nageshwaram have also reached the ministry ahead of FM Sitharaman. Bhutan's king and prime minister visit Statue of Unity in Gujarat. Bhutan's king Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk and Prime Minister Tshering Tobyog arrived in Gujarat today for a 3-day tour, with their first stop being the iconic Statue of Unity. The distinguished guests received a warm welcome at Vadodara Airport, greeted by Gujarat Minister Jagdish Vishwakarma in accordance with the state's renewed hospitality tradition. Nigerian artist seek world record for largest drawing. Nigerian artist Fola David is seeking the Guinness World Record for the largest drawing by an individual after spending 6 days on his piece in a stadium in the commercial capital Lagos. David, also a medical doctor, said his 1050 square meter Unity in Diversity artwork, an image of two gained hands holding Nigeria's map, was meant to showcase the country's rich cultural heritage. India to remain fastest growing major economy in 2025, says CEA Nageshwaram. India is poised to remain the fastest growing major economy in 2025, Chief Economic Advisor V. Ananta Nageshwaram stated in a press conference after the tabling of the economic survey in Parliament of Monday. The economic survey projects India to grow at a rate of 6.5 to 7% in 2024-25. Global institutions including the IMF, OECD, World Bank, S&P, ADB, and Fitch have forecast India's growth within a range of 6.6-7.2%. Government's timely inventions, RBI's measures, helped maintain retail inflation at 5.4%. Economic survey. The annual economic survey tabled by Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in Parliament on Monday states that despite the pandemic and geopolitical tensions, timely policy interventions by the central government and the Reserve Bank of India's price stability measure helped maintain retail inflation at 5.4%. During FY 2022 and 23, the COVID-19 pandemic, geopolitical tensions, and supply disruptions contributed to rising global inflationary pressures. In India, consumer good and service faced price hikes due to international conflicts and adverse weather conditions impacting food costs, the survey said. India to seek license to scout Pacific Ocean for critical minerals. India will apply for license to explore for deep sea minerals in the Pacific Ocean as it competes to secure supplies of mineral critical for energy transition technologies, a top government scientist told Reuters. The UN-backed International Seabed Authority (ISA) has issued 31 deep sea exploration licenses, including 2 for India in the Indian Ocean, but is yet to allow mining because the 36-member body is still working on regulations. Economic Survey 24-25 highlights. The Indian economy continues to expand, demonstrating resilience amid geopolitical challenges, according to the Economic Survey 23-24. Here are the highlights from the survey tabled by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in Parliament on Monday. First is growth projection. GDP growth is projected at 6.5 to 7% for fiscal year 2025 in line with estimates from global agencies such as the IMF but slightly lower than the RBI forecast of 7.2%. Job creation India needs to generate approximately 7.85 million jobs annually in the non-farm sector until 2030 to accommodate its growing workforce. Inflation management. Retail inflation decreased to 5.4% in fiscal 2024, down from 6.7% in fiscal year 23 due to effective policy responses amidst both global and domestic challenges. Foreign direct investment FDI remained resilient despite a slight decline in a new capital inflows to USD 45.8 billion in fiscal year 2024 from USD 47.6 billion in FY23, reflecting broader global economic trends. Sectoral growth. The service sector grew by 7.6% in fiscal 2024, while the agriculture sector expanded by 4.18% over the past 5 years. Bangladesh students to keep up protests despite scrapping of most quotas. Bangladesh appeared calm on Monday amid a curfew, but widespread distribution of telecoms persisted a day after the Supreme Court scrapped some controversial job codes as protesters set the government a 48-hour deadline to meet new demands. Clashes between student protesters and security forces killed at least 147 people across the South Asian nation after the High Court last month reinstated job reservation removed by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government in 2018. Yuki Bambari Albano Olivetti rally to win doubles title in Swiss Open. Indian tennis player Yuki Bambari and his French partner Albano Olivetti won the Swiss Open 2024 doubles event after a come from behind victory against the French pair of Fabrice Martin and Hugo Humbert in the final. This is the second ATP Tour title of the year for the Indo-French pair. Bambari and Olivetti also won the Bavarian International Tennis Championship in Munich in April. Finance Minister निर्मला सीतारमण to table economic survey in Parliament today. ये न्यूज़ पढ़ चुके हैं, तो अगला देखते हैं. Economic Olympic torch relay stops off France Seine at Marne. The Olympic torch relay paid a visit to the Seine at Marne department of the outer districts of Paris on Saturday. Torch bearers included 110-meter hurdles gold medalist at the 1976 Montreal Games Guy Route and Tokyo 2020 para rounding bronze medalist Margot Bowlett. The relay made stops at National Gendarmerie Officers Academy in Milan and the medieval town of Provence and UNESCO World Heritage Site before finishing in Mayox. Nipah virus case confirmed in Kerala. 14-year-old boy succumbs to disease. A 14-year-old boy Malappuram district has died from Nipah virus as confirmed by the National Institute of Virology in Pune. The boy, who exhibited symptoms of acute encephalitis syndrome AES, was initially admitted to a healthcare facility in Perinthalma before being transferred to a higher health center in Kozhikode. Unfortunately, he succumbed to disease despite medical efforts. Olympics. India not content with just qualifying for team events at Paris Games, says coach. India will compete in the men's and women's table tennis team event at the Olympic for the first time at the Paris Games after climbing into the top 16 in the ranking, but coach Massimo Costatini is still not satisfied. India's table tennis team have had some success at the Commonwealth Games but have failed to match that at the Olympics and Asian Games. China braces for twin tropical cyclones after deadly flash floods. Two tropical cyclones will bring gales and heavy rain to China's eastern seaboard this week, with the first expected to make landfall on Sunday after deadly flash floods struck the country's interior over the weekend. Parapion, named after the Thai rain god, is expected to make landfall in China's southernmost island province of Hainan on Sunday night. Has a strong tropical storm, the first tropical cyclone to hit China this year. National forecaster said this. Israeli jets strike Houthi targets in Yemen after Tel Aviv attack. Israeli fighter jets struck Houthi military targets near Yemen's Hodeida port on Saturday, killing at least 3 people and wounding 87 a day after a drone launched by the Iranian-backed group hit Israeli economic hub Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. Most of the wounded serves burned in air strike that targeted oil facilities and a power station. Al Mashirah TV, the main television news outlet run by Yemen Houthi movement, quoted the health ministry as saying, PM of Nepal KPS Oli to seek a vote of confidence on Sunday. The newly appointed Prime Minister of Nepal KP Sharma Oli is all set to seek a vote of confidence from the House of Representatives on July 21. According to the Nepali constitution, the newly appointed Prime Minister should take a vote of confidence from Parliament within 30 days of the appointment. PM Oli had staked a claim on the post of Prime Minister with the support of the Nepali Congress NC on July 12 after President Ramchandra Paudel summoned HOR members for staking come for the prime ministerial post by Article 76(2) of the Constitution. PM Modi to inaugurates 46th session of World Heritage Committee. PM Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee on 21st July at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. He will also deliver a speech at the event. UNESCO's Director General Audrey Azoulay will be present at the inauguration. This is the first time India is hosting the World Heritage Committee meeting. The event will run from 21st to 31st July at Bharat Mandapam. The committee, which meets annually, manages all matters related to World Heritage sites and decided on new sites to be added to the World Heritage list. During this session, they will discuss nominations for new World Heritage sites, conservation reports for 124 existing sites, international assistance, and the use of World Heritage funds. More than 200 delegates from the over 150 countries are expected to attend. 24 service personnel among 117 Indian athletes taking part in Paris 2024 Olympics. 24 armed forces personnel will be among the 117 Indian athletes competing at the Paris Olympics, set to begin on July 26. This representation highlights the military's commitment to sports excellence and national pride on the global stage. The Ministry of Defense announced that the continent includes 22 male and for the first time 2 female service athletes. This marks a historic moment for women's participation from the Indian Armed Forces in Olympic Games. CrowdStrike update that caused global outage likely skipped checks, expert says. Security experts said CrowdStrike's routine update of its widely used cybersecurity software, which caused client's computer system to crash globally on Friday, apparently did not undergo adequate quality checks before it was deployed. The latest version of its Falcon sensor software was meant to make CrowdStrike client system more secure against hacking by updating the threats it defends against, but faulty code in the update files resulted in one of the most widespread tech outage in recent years for companies using Microsoft's Windows operating system. UPSC chairman Manoj Soni resigns unexpectedly, citing personal reasons. Union Public Service Commission UPSC chairman Manoj Soni has tendered his resignation sitting personal reasons nearly 5 years before his scheduled term was set to end. Sources at the Department of Personnel and Training DOPT have confirmed this unexpected move. Soni, who was appointed as UPSC chairman on May 16, 2023, was originally slated to serve until 2029. UPSC chairman Manu Soni has put in his papers due to personal reasons. His resignation has not been accepted yet. It is a long procedure. Source at DOPT said this. Pamanna to start deporting migrants from Darien Gap within months. Tamanna's government expected to start deportation flights for migrants who crossed the country's dangerous Darien jungle in 2 to 3 months. The country's chief of migration, George Mojica, said Friday the flights will be paid by the United States under a recent agreement that the two countries closed earlier this month. Current affairs.